Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to talk about the 3 most awkward / embarrassing moments that have happened to me so far in my life that I could remember. The first one happened when I was in grade school. So my family and I stopped by at McDonald's to buy some takeaways. There wasn't any drive-thru back then, so we had to park our car first before we went to the restaurant to buy the food ourselves. My brother and I stayed inside our car at the parking lot while my parents went to the restaurant. When we were waiting for our parents to return, we saw a beggar stopping right outside our car window, asking us for some spare change. I thought he wasn't able to see us inside our car since our car windows were pretty dark, so I began making stupid faces at him, thinking that I was invisible to him. But then, to my surprise, it turns out that the beggar was able to see me after all, and I guess he got kind of pissed off at me because I was practically making fun of him, and he mouted something like, "You wanna pick a fight with me?" I got really scared and I was worried about what would happen because I didn't want to get my face beaten up by a beggar. But luckily, my parents got back just in time to save me, and then the beggar went up to another car right in front of ours. I felt kind of traumatized by that dumb experience, and I never made stupid faces at anyone outside my car ever since. The second one happened in middle school during my vacation in Malaysia. I was at the bus station with my mom and I was sitting on a bench waiting for her to buy the bus tickets for our family. I had some Ferrero Rocher chocolates with me, and because of my greediness, I decided to eat one of them whole instead of biting it bit by bit like what I would usually do. As soon as I popped the chocolate in my mouth, a girl around my age suddenly appeared out of nowhere and sat next to me. She then proceeded to strike a conversation with me, asking me questions like, "Hey there, what's your name? How old are you? You're not from around here, are you? Where are you from?" I wanted to answer her, but I obviously couldn't because I still had a whole Ferrero Rocher in my mouth. I tried telling her that my mouth was full so I couldn't talk, but she didn't seem to understand what I was trying to say. So I started answering her using my hand gestures instead. And before I knew it, it began to look like we were playing charades together. Just as I had almost swallowed all the chocolate and was able to talk, my mom suddenly got back and told me to hurry because our bus was almost there. So I left that girl without saying any proper word to her and just waved her goodbye before running off with my mom. I'm not sure what kind of impression that girl got from me. She probably thought that I need some mental help or something. The last one happened when I was in first grade of elementary school. Back then, my parents were always working during the night, so I was often left at home with my brother and my babysitter. We used to sleep in the same bathroom and we had the TV there, so before we went to bed, we would often watch our favorite TV show together, which was SmackDown. I know, what an excellent show for kids to watch! We really loved that show and we would often imitate the wrestlers when we were playing together. One of our favorite wrestlers was Stone Cold Steve Austin. If you guys are familiar with him, then you probably know that his signature pose when he entered the ring was to either catch the beers that his fans threw at him or to show his middle fingers to the audience. Me, being an innocent little angel back then, didn't know what that hand gesture meant, so I thought it was a cool thing to do and imitate. One day, my uncle and aunt went to visit my house to have dinner with my family. When we had finished having dinner and spending time together, they finally went home. My family and I escorted them back to their car, which was parked right outside our house. When they were driving off and saying bye to us, I had this brilliant idea to use that magical hand gesture because I thought it was a good thing to do. So I was like, "Bye, uncle! Bye, auntie!" I remember seeing my uncle and aunt's jaws dropping and they were like, "Dear Lord!" They immediately stopped their car and went back outside to talk to me and my parents about this. Of course, my parents were just as shocked as they were. I got lectured after that and they told me to never use that hand gesture ever again because it was a very bad thing to do. I never pointed my middle finger at anyone again ever since then. That is, until I'm old enough to know what it actually means. So those were some of the most awkward / embarrassing moments that have happened to me so far. I hope you guys enjoyed watching them. Now I have a question for you guys. What is the most embarrassing moments that have happened to you? Leave your answers in the comments below because I would really love to read them all. By the way, for those of you guys who don't know yet, I have a second channel now. I'll be uploading random videos using my native language there, but I will also put English subtitles so you guys can still understand what I'm saying. If you guys are interested, then feel free to check it out by clicking here. I will also leave the link to it in the description box below. Also, thank you very much to those of you guys who have followed me on my social medias. If you haven't and if you want to, the links are also in the description box below. So that's all from me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video and thank you for those of you who have subscribed to me. If you haven't, then please be sure to click on the shiny subscribe button below. Don't forget to like this video and share with your friends if you enjoyed watching it. And I will see you on my next one. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye bye!